Hey everyone, happy Monday, the start of a new week after the end of what looked like an absolute monstrous crash, the biggest crash in history. And look, I don't want to boast, we have been forecasting this stuff. It's no surprise to me. And look, you can talk about all of the reasons that you want to talk about, but ultimately when you use Elliott Wave theory, you look at history, this was definitely something that was predictable. And look, you got to make sure that you're being safe in this space. Obviously there's a lot to talk about. What next is the question. Is it a super cycle that we've got to wait another 1 to 2 years? I'm going to give you my thoughts, my opinions on what we should be expecting next. We're going to talk obviously heavily about Cardano ADA, price predictions. Could $2 ADA be just around the corner? And look, that might not be, I guess, what people feel as a reasonable expectation, but let me explain why it could just be. If you enjoy this sort of content, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's waste no more time. Let's get to it. Let's go. So we're going to start here. There's no better place to start than actually having a look at the crypto market. And some of these projects dropped really heavy, right? More the altcoins. I actually met up with some friends here in Dubai yesterday with Nick, and there's definitely people that are maxis when it comes to Bitcoin, not willing to listen or even have a thought that Bitcoin might not be the best investment. And I'll explain my thoughts and everything. I did a 50 page document for our Discord, our educational Discord members. Check out the Discord link in the description of the video, where I talk through why I believe some altcoins will flip Bitcoin in the future and how that all will unfold. Again, just another prediction. I spent a lot of time, a lot of effort putting that together, so definitely worth checking that out. But Bitcoin, again, it's at $115,453, up 3.33% in the past 24 hours, but down 6.87% in the last 7 days. I'm really not bothered about the reasonings as to why it's crashed. We've been saying for some time that the liquidity has been thin, right? This means that there isn't, the market isn't that liquid, right? We've had high interest rates. We've been risk off to a point, and ultimately that means that there isn't a lot holding these prices up. And we've been talking about this a lot for a long time. I mean, we've been forecasting this crash for probably about 12 months, maybe 18 months even. We called September interest rate cut. We called 25 basis points. We called the pump up into that and the crash that would happen after. And it was really funny actually, because the Fed did their immediate, they did their interest rate cut, 25 basis points. We were very accurate with our forecasting on that. And people were messaging me, why no crash? It was literally an hour, 2 hours. I said, it doesn't happen straight away. Again, proven accurate. And this isn't like rocket science, right? This is just looking at every interest rate cut, looking at Fed pivots, looking at the data, using the S&P 500. It's really quite clear when you know what to look for. But we're here to talk about Cardano ADA at 71 cent 86. It's down 15.24% in the past 7 days, but up a whopping 10.60% in the last 24 hours. Now, what I would say, and even Bitcoin maxis agree with me on this, even based on my conversation yesterday, the biggest play right now in the crypto and blockchain space, in my humble opinion, obviously this is coming from somebody that isn't a financial advisor, might shock you. This is just for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. There's no substitute for it. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Seek financial advice from a financial advisor. I just want to be clear on who I am and what I'm about, right? This is just my views, my opinions, and my accuracy in the past doesn't necessarily guarantee future predictions will be accurate, right? So I just want to be clear on all of the aspects before I say this stuff. But my views, my opinions, nothing's guaranteed, is the biggest play in blockchain right now is investing in altcoins that are on the verge of getting a spot ETF. My opinion, again, not guaranteed to actually come to fruition, but my opinion, based on my long time, in fundamentals, economics, all this stuff, would be that these altcoins and these spot ETFs are inevitable. This is coming from somebody that said, before the Bitcoin spot ETF went live, before it was even approved, I said that I expect Ethereum to get one. It's got one. I said to expect Solana, XRP, ADA, Chainlink, and a few others, Avalanche, and so on, would all get one. I think it's inevitable. I think it's going to happen. And look, I just want to be giving you, I guess, a bit more alpha. And I know I've shared this on a few videos before, but I do want to share this again. And it might not be for you. I see some comments where people are talking about the fact that stop talking about X, Y, and Z. We know it's not for you. So just appreciate that there might be first time viewers of this channel, right? And it's really for them when I'm sharing stuff over and over again. It's because I want to capture as many people and show them and demonstrate, because there's lots of people that are pro Bitcoin, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think I had a conversation yesterday with somebody that they're heavily invested in Bitcoin. They won't listen to any reason. They won't even entertain a conversation on it. And I said people just shouldn't be married to their bags. Like it's a good thing to have different views and opinions. That's what makes the world a wonderful place. If everybody had the same views, the same opinions, I wouldn't be as wealthy as I am. And ultimately, everybody would be on kind of like the same level, right? We wouldn't have the selection of altcoins that we have if everybody just believed Bitcoin was the one. But let's have a look, right? So let's open up Cardano. Let's actually open up Bitcoin. So if we have a look at Bitcoin, we look at the 1 year, it's up 84.02% in the last year. So if you invested a year ago, you would be up 84.01%. Now, I was up over 100% at this price because I bought it like 15,000. Now, if we have a look at Cardano, it's up 101.15% in the last year. So if you had invested a year ago today in Cardano, you would have made more money than if you had invested in Bitcoin. And this is my point. Like, Bitcoin's wonderful. I'm not bashing it. It's always going to be the one that meant that, well, it's the cryptocurrency that changed the world, even though it wasn't on Bitcoin. And that's how I kind of view things, right? And that's going to get a few people very, very angry. And that's not my intention. My intention is to just give you my views, my opinions, and let you know that there's a lot that's going to be changing. Imagine all of the money on the blockchain. It's not going to be on Bitcoin. It's going to be on fast, energy efficient, smart contract platforms in the crypto space. That could be a layer 0. Like, it might not even be the winner. The main cryptocurrency might not even be here yet. It might not even be live yet. And we're not even getting started with the Cardano stuff. We're 9 minutes in. Hopefully there was some value there. And I'm going to give you more thoughts and opinions and some shocking stuff as well. So stay with me, right? Cardano climbs 10% in bullish trade. We've obviously covered the price. We've talked about the fact that it's gone up 10% in the past 24 hours. Obviously it crashed very heavily, but this is a good sign of recovery. And people, particularly the whales that were selling into the crash, perhaps some insiders, I imagine they're going to be buying up at cheaper prices. Cardano price prediction: analysts see potential 200% rally towards the $2 mark. Again, I think that when I talk about my opinions and my views, I think this is inevitable. I think it's going to come. I actually was talking yesterday about Cardano, and like, people are just straight, very quick to to close down any conversations. It's dead, is basically the response, and that's the end of the conversation. It's like, well, you know, I'm a fundamental analysis kind of guy. Like, I look at all the fundamentals of various different projects. I can assure you it's not dead. There's a lot coming, but you know, this is the problem with society these days. They're very closed-minded, and these are people that have got lots of money, you know, that I've been communicating with, and then, you know, I say lots of money for them, but they're never going to get to that next level. That's my opinion. And then we've got ChatGPT predicts ADA price in Q4 2025, and again, they're sort of mirroring that price range of, you know, $1.90 or even $2 come the end of the year. There's lots of talk of Supercycle, this, you know, meaning that, you know, we're going to be here for way longer than anticipated. We're going to be, you know, deep into 2027 before we get the big blow off tops. I'm not of that opinion. I don't think that is likely to be the case. I think, you know, we're going to get into 2026 and we're going to see some new all-time highs, and you know, it might take until 2027 before we start to realize the actual bear market. And I am expecting a pretty big recession and a lot of hard times after this bull run. Just want to be clear on that. It's my expectations. Doesn't mean it's going to actually happen, but it is my views, my opinions. Now, I want to shock everybody. I have a Unity node, and yes, it is for those that keep making comments in the comments saying, we know it, we get it, we got it. But it's not for you, it's for anybody new. I think this is a really big opportunity. You can generate rewards by verifying the telecom grid from your mobile phone. With Unity, anyone can earn crypto rewards directly from their mobile phone by verifying a global telecom grid. Every verification call made through the Unity app installed on your mobile phone strengthens the network. Again, I've talked about this in the past. I'm going to continue to talk about it because I think it's important to let people know about opportunities that are there. It might not be for you, do your own research, but you know, I'm who I am, right? I am about letting and informing people about opportunities. You know, I missed out opportunities in the past by being closed-minded. I talked about people being closed-minded earlier in the video. Be open-minded, go investigate. I'm not suggesting that this is the one, but what I am suggesting is, to me, it looks really, really interesting and looks like a pretty big opportunity. You know, you've probably heard about World Mobile. They're working with Minutes. You know, Mickey and Josh, brothers, co-founded these projects, and ultimately it looks really, really cool. So one Unity node costs $5,000. You get 200 licenses. Now, if you activate all of these and you operate all of these 200 licenses, you have potential, you know, earning rewards in crypto of up to $19,200 per month. Obviously, you know, the network, you know, has an impact on this. So the actual rewards are based on the network performance, market conditions, and operator activity. Obviously, you know, it's not financial advice, and you can't, you know, guarantee these earnings are accurate. This is, you know, based on data that the project team have, I believe, and I'm told that they're conservative numbers. So you get 200 licensed NFTs. You get staked tokens as well. So you get Minutes tokens. You get 9,139 based on the price today. Of those in Minutes network tokens, and you get World Mobile tokens staked 10,457. They're locked for 24 months to the nodes. You do need these in order to operate the nodes. Look, all I'm suggesting is you go check this project out, see whether it resonates with you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, also great. But you know, I'm doing my job highlighting what I believe is an awesome opportunity. Now, again, this might surprise you, might shock you. Again, this is my personal opinion. It's not paid, endorsed, or anything like that. I think that, you know, World Mobile token is a project that people should be investigating, looking at. I know I've just talked about Unity, but I think there's a really big opportunity here. in the last year, it's down 22.5%. If we actually have a look at the last 7 days, it's down 16.29%. So most of that loss over the year is in the last week. We're obviously in line with the market. Today it's up 1.96%. I just think that this is an opportunity not to be missed. It's just my opinion. It's not financial advice. And the only thing I'm really encouraging you to do is not to buy it, is to research it and see whether you agree with me or disagree. And then look, we've got Cardano price prediction, $4 in the works according to this. And I have to believe from all my analysis that $4 seems very reasonable. I've kind of said blue sky world, absolute pinnacle, a road with no bumps in it, no barriers, just a plain straight road. Cardano could potentially get to $7. My personal price prediction, I don't think it could ever go higher than that in this bull run, maybe future ones, obviously. But that's basically no problems. That's plain sailing. And if that happens, then yeah, great. If it doesn't, I'm being quite clear, $4 seems very reasonable. Bearing in mind, Cardano has already previously hit over $3 in the previous bull market. And, it wasn't as fundamentally strong as it is today. When you kind of think like from a technical standpoint, where it was and where it is today, it's like night and day. So I am expecting, some pretty decent price moves for Cardano if they deliver on their roadmap, right? We want to be clear on that. Cardano price forms bullish engulfing. Is ADA a good buy today? Well, I think it is. That's my views. I don't care about what they're saying in this article. And then we've got Cardano price prediction. Will ADA's price reach $10 in 2026? This is what experts say. And again, like there's lots of people that talk about it actually being able to. I think a spot ETF, access to Bitcoin's liquidity, DeFi, the scaling solutions, there's no reason why it can't. It's not impossible, but I do think that $7 is the absolute pinnacle of what it can do in this bull run. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next one.